Tracy Wimmer is here from Consumers Energy. We're talking about buried underground wires. Let's talk about the first 10 miles of lines, part of your underground pilot project this year. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so we have begun officially burying the lines, which we talked about for almost a year now, that is part of our reliability roadmap to increase reliability throughout the state. And so we launched these pilot programs to really figure out the best places to do it. And we started with targeting areas where we see a lot of outages, specifically from severe weather, which part of the reliability roadmap focuses on the recognition that our weather patterns are changing. We're having more storms and they're more severe. And so we really need to upgrade how we're strengthening the grid, right? And so one of the things that we're focusing on is places where we see a lot of fallen trees, a lot of outages that are resulting from these types of storms. We're going to try out having the wires underground and see if that's impacting and improving reliability, and we suspect it will.
Yeah, so how does the process work, and what does that mean to the customer?
Yeah, so it's actually very interesting that we have this giant bore that we do a huge tunnel underground, and then we take a crane and we take these wires and we basically just drag them through this hole in the ground. And then once we've completed a circuit, we disconnect up top, we reconnect down below, and then we take the lines down up there.
And then it's easy.
Yeah, yep. And we make sure we've got an option for customers as well, so they're connected right in. There's either a box that goes on their house, or if they already have, many houses already have their lines underground and they just connect up to the wire up there. So we make sure there's easy access. They can still get to things if they need to, and then we go from there.
So 10 miles was the first part of the project?
This
is that all you're doing right now?
No, in the next 5 years, we want to put 1,000 miles underground.
Okay.
Wow.
And so part of this pilot is really experimenting with where does it make sense to do it. So we, like I said, we pick places where we're seeing a lot of severe weather, but we also pick places that have a lot of diversity in topography. You know, we've got some places that are near lakes. We've got some places that have really rocky soil. We've got some places that are heavily forested, and some places that, you know, are very barren, but we see a lot of high winds. So
our lines are underground in our neighborhood, and it's so helpful because we don't have any brownouts or blackouts or anything. And, you know, our friends who live in the city, unfortunately, when a storm comes, guaranteed their power is going to be, you know, out.
Yeah, certainly. And so that's one, you know, one of the reasons we're experimenting too with where it makes sense to do it in cities, because obviously it can have a huge impact when you see storms come through an area that's heavily populated. But we also want to make sure that we're doing that balance of, you know, if there is an issue, you have to get underground, right? And so that can be a lot more difficult when you're in the city, when you've got to get through lawns or roads and stuff like that. So that's part of why we're doing this pilot in all these different locations, to really narrow in on what's best for our customers.
Consumers Energy at consumersenergy.com for more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.